Good morning, guys. Nez Porter back at you. Just want to do a quick video of the area. Construction has started back in the last month or so, but as you see, there's still no police detail in the last at least a month anyway. And like I said, the traffic pattern is always changing over here. So if you're used to one pattern for 1 week, the pattern changes the next week. So now they made like a little maze down here where the buses got to go out and around and back down again. So just want to record a little footage of this. And let's see here. So they have actually did the sidewalk. They finished the sidewalk, at least this part of it anyway, where the pedestrians can walk down, but you can't walk down to the end. You have to kind of go out and around again. So what they're doing is they're digging a massive trench down the whole street. So it is kind of tedious and not easy to do. And the library, as far as I know, the library was completed since like last year. But obviously they can't open it yet. I believe they put books in there. I believe there's books in there. Yeah, there are books in there. But I guess they won't open it until who knows? So they spend all that money on the library that they probably would only halfway use. Like, you spend all that money to make a big library, but you still can't use it to its full capacity. It's like almost a waste of money there. As far as I know, the present library was not even that old. Couldn't have been more than 45, maybe 50 years old the most. And that's not really old compared to other buildings we have around here. They just kind of remodeled it. So the sidewalk, it narrows off right here. So they actually took a big chunk of the sidewalk away right here. Actually quite a bit of the sidewalk, because that's a kind of narrow corner for the sidewalk at that building there. As you can see above you, you have that's kind of a poor design. Like, why would you put the curb so close to the building? And that you have this box now sitting in the middle. May have to move that box over now, who knows. But you got a wide sidewalk up here, pretty wide sidewalk here, very wide sidewalk. You get down here, it narrows less than half of what you have up there, and it doesn't look good. It should be a little wider at the turn. Definitely should be wider at the turn, no question about it. Yeah. I don't know who was the architect that designed that, but that's not good. It's not safe either. The car goes on that sidewalk, it's gonna hit the person like almost right away. So when you get here, you have to cross the street now, because there's no way to walk over there. So you have to cross the street here. As you can see, there's no police detail because there is no need for one, because police officers are ineffective in doing details anyway, so they don't need them anymore. It's just a traffic light that does not work in its best of interest, but for the most part it does what it's supposed to do. That's part of the trench they're digging over there. It goes down just about 10 feet. Goes down about 10 feet or so. It's not that bad as far as traffic right now because it's kind of early in the morning. But once the traffic picks up, it gets kind of congested. And that's a lot of construction work that needs to be done. Like, they literally got to really dig up the whole street and put it back together again. The toughest part, what I understand, is that I guess there's a couple of transformers underground that belong to the Transit Authority, and they've been there for years. And I guess whoever designed this project did not take into consideration that they had those transformers underground there, so they're trying to maneuver around those transformers and a whole lot of other stuff that's under there. That's what makes it a little bit more challenging. And they actually have some generators in the back of the courthouse parking lot that are actually powering those generators while they're temporarily disconnected. So it's a little bit, it's quite a bit going on, and it's kind of a complex project here. It's not an easy project. Good morning. And the other thing that's a pain in the neck is if you ever did construction work, after a good rainfall, all that pit gets filled up with water. So then the first part of the day is getting all the water out of that pit, which is not good. But I understand we're supposed to get some more rain today on the overnight, and who knows, that pit will probably be filled up with more rainwater. Like I said, this traffic pattern always changes, so it's never the same traffic pattern. Within the next week, traffic pattern will change again, so. problem they had before with those metal grates is that they were actually moving. I think they actually welded them together now, so they don't really move as much. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna head up out of here. Just want to give you a little update on the construction that they have going on here. This is probably gonna go through the end of the year, possibly to next year, because this is a pretty big size project here. And I think once they finish this one, they have another one planned for the other end, on the other side. But the other side it shouldn't be too bad. But then again, we don't know until they actually start, you know, really getting into it. So, and when they finish, hopefully I can do a video when it's done completely. So you can see the, I guess you call it the transformation of Dudley Square / Nubian Square. Now, my question is, why they don't call this Shawmut Square? Because, well, I understand this is the land of the Indians of the Shawmut tribe, I believe. And if it is, why not call it Shawmut Square? It would be rightfully named after the people who actually own it. Instead of calling it Dudley Branch, you should call it Shawmut Branch. Like, this whole area should be called Shawmut. After all, they did name Shawmut Ave after them over there, but that's just one Ave. That's not the whole area. I'm pretty sure they own more than just one little area. As a matter of fact, I believe they own this area right here, to be honest with you. This area where the somebody can do the research for me, but I believe the Shawmut tribe owned, matter of fact, there used to be Shawmut Bank back in the day anyway. So this area here, all the way down and further down over there. And actually, quite a few of this area. I think more than you actually know, to believe it or not. They might own the whole Roxbury at one point. So now they're trying to, I guess that little symbol up there is probably to represent the Indians. As a matter of fact, it looks like it is. I'm not really a big history buff, but there's always stuff going on in the city, because history-wise. Okay. So when the trucks and buses come up here, they got a narrow turn to make here. And once they make that narrow turn, You gotta navigate through that stop sign, which that truck did not even stop. And then once they navigate through that stop sign, they can make a hard right, then a left, which normally you would just go straight up this way here. So like I said, it's quite a bit going on. It's gotten a little bit better, but it's still a lot more to do. So, yeah, as you can see, they made the crosswalk go through there. Before, there was no passageway to go through there. You had to actually walk all the way up the other side of the street to get over there. Let's cross over here while we have the safe right away. Like, a lot of cars don't even stop for this thing. And in reality, the stop bar is up there, so the crosswalk's here. And this is the first time I ever seen a stop bar after the crosswalk. Normally the stop bar is before the crosswalk. So, I don't know. Before, there was never a stop sign there. The cars coming down this way don't have a stop sign, so they come straight through. But the cars on this side and the cars on that side do have a stop sign. So, hopefully next week they have a little bit more improvement. You know, they're coming along. It's not, you know, it's a steady process. This is, the only thing is I don't like the fact that they had to thin the sidewalk out and didn't open it wider again as they get down there. I don't know if you guys can see that. They actually, let's go like this so you can see a little bit better. They actually made it kind of wide down there. I don't know why they did that. Like, somebody had to plan that out and make it that way. So I'm not too sure what they're gonna do with these sewers, but morning. Overall, it's not too bad. They must plan to do some more work down here because this is all opened up, so they must got some more details they gotta fine tune over here. Because if not, you would just have this all paved. If this was all paved on this side, it would make the traffic a lot easier. But I'm assuming they got more work to be done, like underneath or something like that. Probably the reason why they haven't done that. They probably got to run the actual, what you call those pillars for the light poles, because they're not really there. This is the courthouse, which is like, it's like in back of the, it's like in back of the library. Show you guys that generator up there too before I head out of here. It's like 2 generators, I think. They got 2 massive portable generators to power the transit line while they disconnected the original one. Probably got to replace it, or if not replace it, make sure it's in good working order before they close it up. It's always something. Hey, they're still digging that trench. I'm thinking that trench is gonna go all the way up Warren Street to a good distance. I could be wrong. Now this is those two generators over here. They got some, I don't know if you guys can see this. There's two like massive generators over there that are like maybe not giving it justice, but let me just walk over a little bit this way so you see what I'm talking about. And that, you can probably get a better view that way. Those are the two massive generators that are powering up part of the courthouse and part of the other side. And you could probably power up maybe 2, 3, 4, depending on how much wattage you're using. Probably 4 blocks. And you got the K9 barking over there. I don't know what he's barking for. And as you can see, the traffic is kind of, it's like a little maze here. And honestly, this light should be on like a flashing mode, or should be on a all green mode for the main traffic. Then only turn this way when it's actually there's no sensor there. There should be a sensor on the ground that tells you there's a car here. I don't see one. Which one thing I noticed around the city of Boston, they have a weird way of doing things. Like these traffic lights here are perfect. The one with the pole, I believe that's a more stationary and more safe way to install a traffic light. And it's, you know, secured properly and everything. On some intersections, which are a little bit wider than this one, they take down the pole that hangs across the street and they run these two lines. One's like a safety line and one's like the supporting line across the whole length of the street. And they're hanging like 10, sometimes more traffic lights on the same string. Now, you may think that's okay to do, but in extreme weather, like wind, it blows and moves all over the place. And it's shaking, and at one point it's gonna either snap or cause some kind of harm. But not only that though, they get out of focus when the wind blows them. So they're not the best of design. At least in my opinion, it's not. But you know, these ones are more stationary and they seem to stay more in focus. Like, don't get me wrong, if you have a severe wind, they will move slightly, but not a whole heck of a lot. And honestly, I don't think you need to hang a light across. It just doesn't make sense. Why would you need to string a whole bunch of lights across the street on a rope, or I shouldn't call it a rope, on a cable that could potentially break or snap? But until next time, guys, I'm Nez Porter, signing out on this one.